It's a work in progress, and we said that from the beginning. If you look at it, there's only one guy in that room, the tight end room, that is, that came here as a tight end, to be a tight end. And and he's a freshman, and that's Jordan Wilson, and who's making progress. But as a group overall, I think we've made tremendous strides. We're a lot better, not to be confused with good, but we're getting better every week. From a pass catching standpoint, 2 weeks ago, I was kidding the wide receivers. We were the leading pass receiving group on our team. So I think we had more yards in receiving than the receiving group. But of course, we were in 3 tight ends. A lot of that came. But we're having an impact in the passing game. The run game, I thought, was our best job of blocking this last week. We're getting better. But again, we're going to be challenged this week by a team that's really physical and attacks you, and we got to meet strength with strength.
When you have players that haven't blocked as tight ends, and you're kind of starting from square one, I mean, how difficult is that? How it might seem that it's an easy process, but it isn't.
Oh, it's all, it's so much. It's your feet, your base, your balance, your hands, your leverage. And it's not an easy thing. Like you said, it's not a natural thing to do. You're taking some guys that have been wide receivers that have not been in that kind of physicality and trying to change their mindset. So it's a lot of it is just, we started from ground zero, and we work on fundamentals every day. I work on the fundamentals of their hands and their feet and their base and their balance every day, because it's still not natural. It's not ingrained yet, and it's going to take a lot of repetition cumulatively. But I can see progress, and the fact that we're getting better is encouraging. The guys have a great attitude. It's a great group to coach. They have a great attitude. They want to, and they put everything into it.
When you and the coaching staff kind of sits down and looks at where the offense is right now, where do you think it is going into kind of the midpoint of the year?
Well, from a coaching standpoint, you're never where you want to be, so it's never good enough. But I think we've done some good things. KP's, I thought, has done a good job of mixing the pass and the run and getting the ball thrown down the field. There's execution involved, and part of that is, we got to do a better job of coaching, all of us, to create that execution. But, I think transitioning from such a drastic transition from where we were to what we're doing now, I think we're heading in the right direction. But again, it's you never, even if we were averaging 50 points a game and 500 yards of offense, you're always going to strive to get better.
Austin Roberts, what goes into him getting a ball thrown to him a lot 1 week and really not the next week? Is it game plan, or is it just that play didn't happen to be there?
It's a combination of a lot of things. It's game plan. It's some of it is execution, some of it is coverage, some of it's the defense, and the quarterback, we're not going to force the ball to a guy just because he can run fast for his position. So a lot of it is just, the ebb and flow of the game, what the defense, they pay their coaches over there too, and their players are on scholarship, so they know what the issues are and what the weapons are, and they try to take those things away, and it's a point counterpoint, punch counterpunch kind of thing, and so we make adjustments and try to take advantage or adjust to what they're doing, and sometimes it works out, and then sometimes other guys are open. The important thing is we don't get caught up in how many balls a certain guy's catching. It's, first of all, do we win? Secondly, are we being productive?
Where has Caleb Wilson improved as the season's progressed?
He's he's an interesting guy because he's a tall, lean guy, and he doesn't look as physical as he is. He's a more physical guy, and he's got length, so when he gets on a guy to block him, he covers him up pretty good. But again, and he's a young guy still. He's technically a redshirt freshman that's got to get stronger and bigger. But he's for a guy that was a quarterback most of his high school career, then transitioned to being a receiver / tight end toward the end, and then being a tight end last year. He's a tough guy. He really is, and when the ball hits his hands, he finds a way to make plays. Out here, Saturday he did. He caught a little flat route a 5-yard play and made it a 12-yard play, and it looked like it was a dead at 5 yards. So he just has a knack for that. He's a football player. He's a coach's son. He's been around the game all his life, and he kind of understands the game.
With Jordan Wilson, it looks like he's intending to redshirt. What went into that decision? Was it technical, physical?
That decision hasn't been made yet. It's a work in progress. He's working with us. I'm trying to see and evaluate every day how far he's come. So that decision has, even though we're 5 games into it, that decision has not been made. But it is under evaluation.